Today I'm going to be talking about how God will soon expose and judge false pastors and followers. Before I talk about this a little bit more in detail, I'm going to be going after to incorporate bodybuilding. I believe building the body, building the temple of God is truly important on your journey with Jesus Christ of Nazareth. That's why I like to incorporate the both inside my videos. So if you clicked on this video, God is right here to hit this message today. So make sure you guys stick around because I'm going to be down a little bit more into the message after the workout. But feel free to skip ahead and the timestamps below so I put them there for you guys. If not, stick around and do a slow workout montage and I'll see you guys after. So enjoy.
He tough on the app and Percy Compton. Yeah, I'm real like fuck all Tristan Bobbers. Yeah, I'm Batman here, my switching to Robin. Yeah, whatever you jacking, nigga, I drop it. Yeah, she be like pussy, I'll shoot it and pop it. Yeah, I blow it back out, bitch, I'm wildin'. Yeah, my shooting stay with a nine like Ebu Dollar. Every time we outside, it's always body. Active, post it, never not have emotion. Block, load it. Pass the bro, he throwing it. Yeah, pass the bro, he throwing it. Fuck this bitch, I'm having my way. I pass it the bro, she blowing it. Go, you know these bitch be holding. I jump in the lane, I'm swerving the lane. I'm driving this shit like it's stolen. Go, nigga call me bro, I'm known. He checking on shit, who know him? Last niggas in that got folded. He tough on the app and Percy Compton. Yeah, I'm real like fuck all Tristan Bobbers. Yeah, I'm Batman, yeah, my switching to Robin. Yeah, whatever you jacking, nigga, I drop it. Yeah, she be like pussy, I'll shoot it and pop it. Yeah, I blow it back out, bitch, I'm wildin'. Yeah, my shooting stay with a nine like Ebu Dollar.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of a workout montage. We're going to be jumping into the topic of the day. It's going to be God will soon expose and judge false pastors and followers. And I have for here, from number one, is going to be the parable of wheats and tares. And I have from here, Matthew 13:24-30, that Jesus told them, the kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while everyone was sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away. When the wheat sprouted and formed heads, then the weeds also appeared. The owner's servants came to him and said, Sir, didn't you sow good seed in your field? Where then did the weeds come from? An enemy did this, he replied. The servants asked him, Do you want us to go and pull them up? No, he answered, because while you're pulling up the weeds, you may uproot the wheat with them. Let both of them grow together until the harvest. At that time, I will tell the harvesters, first collect the weeds and tie them in a bundle to be burned. Then gather the wheat and bring it into my barn. So a breakdown in Matthew 13:24-30 is a parable of the wheat and the weeds, which illustrates that both the righteous and the wicked will coexist in the world until final judgment. The parable explains that Jesus, the sower, plants good seed, believers, in his field, the world, but his enemy secretly sows weeds, unbelievers among them. The owner of the field instructs his servants to let both grow together until the harvest, end of the age, when his angels, the reapers, will separate the weeds to be burned and gather the wheat into the barns. This parable is very important that Jesus tells us about the wheat and the weeds. We have to be aware that, there's going to be people that, are on God's side, and then there's going to be people that are on the enemy's side. And we have to choose what side we want to be on each and every single day, especially if we're living for Jesus Christ of Nazareth. You have to deny oneself, pick up your cross, and follow him. You have to do that every single day. You have to literally live it out as a lifestyle, just like the gym, being healthy and getting in the gym, working on your health, building that body. Same thing with Christianity, same thing with building that relationship with Jesus Christ of Nazareth. It's an every single day thing. And God is going to be soon to come and judge, like he threw the weeds into the fire. He's going to be throwing these false pastors, he's going to be throwing these false followers into the pit where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth. And I could see he's already came the judge. I've seen people fall off like flies that were, so-called followers, or so-called, preachers, and I could see that people are picking up on this. It isn't just me, and I could see the Spirit of God is exposing these individuals, and it's nice to see that He is working and the truth is coming out, and their actions are being condemned, because it's very important that these people get exposed and their lives, because the enemy is working through these individuals. But God lets us coexist, and for a very specific reason, until He comes back for judgment. But I could see He's already judging people, and He's working through me as well as other individuals to judge these people, these false pastors, these false, followers that are leading so many people astray because they don't know any better. And honestly, it's terrible to see when you have the discernment, when you have the knowledge to pick up on it. It sucks that some people are going where this weeping and gnashing of teeth is they don't know any better. They don't want to learn. They're stuck in the ways, and unfortunately, the kingdom of heaven is not for everybody. It's something you have to strive for, hard for, and build a relationship with God. But we're going to be moving into number 2. Number 2 is going to be, what you have said and done in the dark will be exposed. So I have from here Luke 12:3 that says, what you have said in the dark will be heard in the daylight, and what you have whispered in the air in the inner rooms will be proclaimed from the roof. So break down divine omniscience and accountability. God sees and knows everything that is hidden. All secret deeds and words will be brought to light, and there will be final judgment that reveals people's true intentions. I've seen this with pastors. I've seen this with social media influencers that were so-called Christians, that were so-called spreading the word of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, that they've literally been judged, and what they have done in the dark has come to the light, and maybe not out loud to the public, but I've literally heard and seen things that about these individuals, that they are part of the Freemasons, or they are part of the deception, or they're in the team of the enemy, or they are have a demonic spirit working through them, and it's not actually that individual. There's nothing in there, and they're just empty. So that's why the Spirit's able to work through these people, because they sold their souls to the enemy, and they're not living for Jesus Christ of Nazareth, and they didn't receive the Holy Spirit when they were baptized. Crazy, right? Yeah, you could literally be baptized and not receive the Holy Spirit because you did it for the wrong and incorrect reason. That's pretty crazy, ain't it? Yeah, well, some of these pastors, some of these people that tell you to go get baptized, or how they tell you to get baptized, don't listen to them. They don't know any better. Trust me, if you are led to be baptized, you will be baptized, and you shouldn't have to go out of your way to do so. In due time, you will be baptized. If you're actually truly living for Jesus Christ of Nazareth, don't go out of your way. If a church is having some baptism weekend or baptism day, don't do it. Telling you right now, don't do it. Go and just live each day until just let it naturally happen. Let the Spirit, have it be baptized. Don't go out of your way. Oh, they're having something this weekend. Let me go get baptized. No. Because unfortunately, you get to go right to the pit, right to where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth, because you decided to be baptized, not God. You decided that. So, think about that for a second. Think about that between you and God. Sit with God. That's between you and him. So moving on here to number 3 is going to be, what do you false teachers and followers?